Hey guys, I'm Shay Ford, and if you're new here, hey girl, I'm back. Okay, and I'm back with a video that we did way back then. Okay, back when it was just like something fun. I was just coming out of high school. It was like very kiddie, but now we grown. Okay, so I have my bachelor's, my master's degree, my doctor. I have everything in this genre. Okay, I'm gonna teach you guys how to smell phenomenal. Oh, mother day. Okay, every day. I feel like for me as a female, that's one of the compliments that I always strive for. I just want to smell good. Every room that I enter, I want to leave a trace. Like, I'm just one of those girls, okay? And even now, like, I'm that girl that if I'm in a room, oh, you're gonna know that I'm in the room. Okay, you're gonna smell me. My aroma's gonna just, yeah. We're just gonna hop right into the video because we have so much to unpack. Shall we, darling? So the first thing is my big three. Like, I'm gonna take stuff for my inside because as within, so without. When you put on your perfume and you take showers, if the inside is not right, you're basically just masking everything up. Like, it's not gonna go away, okay? We have holes and it's gonna come out of one of them holes, okay? So I just make sure that the stuff that I take gets me all the way together inside because it's gonna come out. First, I know this is kind of TMI, but discharge is normal. Don't let no snotty little boy tell you or make you feel uncomfortable about having discharge. That is something as a woman, our body's gonna flush out all that bad bacteria and it's gonna come out in our panties. Okay, so sometimes, yeah, you are gonna see discharge in our panties. And I know this is a little TMI, but it is literally womanhood. I'm gonna tell you guys everything that I take to just make sure at least the insides is good. One thing I will say is discharge, while discharge is normal, you have to pay attention to the kind of discharge that you have. Let's say you have a fishy odor. Like when it's fishy, I would recommend to go to the gynecologist before you take any of the steps that I'm about to take because you don't want it to be a situation where it's like a STD, a STI, or it could just be BV, but you kind of want to know what it is that you have before you even try to treat it or prevent it from happening. If your discharge is gray, yellow, green, you know something is off. Your discharge is supposed to be clear, kind of like whitish, very creamy. Well, not very creamy, but you know what I mean. If it's like clumpy, you know that that's a yeast infection. But if it is fishy, I would go to the gynecologist just to make sure the cootie cat is good. Okay, we gotta take care of her. But it can also be BV. Our vagina area is super sensitive and it could get thrown off for anything, like TMI. But one time I used the wrong, I used, what's that thing called again? Not a detergent, a softener. And I used the softener and I wanted to pay attention because usually on my undies, I don't use a softener, okay? I try to keep it very simple. I use baby detergent and I just try to, you know, make it, but I thought I was gonna be a little cute. And it threw my pH balance off. And I used one of these just to snap it right back. It really doesn't take much. You just have to know when or what is throwing off your pH. If you're around that man and he's always throwing off your pH, every time you have intercourse with him, he's throwing off your pH. Oh, baby, clock that ASAP. But other than that, it's so many different ways. We move wrong and our pH gets thrown off. Okay, so I would say BV is not a normal thing, but it's common. Okay, it's something that you can prevent. It's something that you can, okay, I have a little down there. Let me just fix that up real quick. And yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys the big three. I have my big three. Once you use these three, or anything around this, you know, concoction, you're gonna be good. So the first thing that I live by, I swear by, 10 out of 10, okay? Highly recommend her, is my URO vaginal probiotic. When I tell you guys she gets the cooter together, yeah, I love her down. I swear by this. I always recommend this. I take 2 of these a day. And it just does what it needs to do. Okay? So it's for vaginal odor, vaginal pH, yeast balance, and vaginal flora. So it just helps keep a healthy vaginal pH. And it just makes sure that everything that's down there, you just have a healthy vagina. Okay? That's what this does. But not only does it do that, it is so good for your gut health, okay? And one thing about it, our gut affects everything. Our skin, our vagina, our just everything, our nails, it's just really good to just keep the gut in order. So this is one of the things that I always use to just make sure down there is just together. And then because it like deals with the gut health, it's definitely gonna make your lady parts a little bit more moisturized than normal. So I just swear by her. She's one of the Gworlls, and it also prevents yeast infections and BV, okay? And that's what we want. We want that sit down air to be clear, okay? I don't want to have no stink sit down air. I want my sit down air to be good. Gucci. Everywhere that I go, yeah, I'm sitting. So this is one of them girls. So the next thing that I have is something I feel like all the girls should have is boric acid, okay? I don't use it that often, and I kind of don't recommend it to use it that often. It's just like when I need a little snapback, you know? So if my cooter is feeling a little like off balanced, or I'm just like, that's a little weird, I'll pop one of these in. Or like, I always use it after my period, okay? I need it to snap me back ASAP. I need all that extra lining. I need it to come out. So this is one of the things that I swear by. I love it, okay? But I'm not going to be popping like, okay? This is just like a once in a here and there, or like after my period. I kind of only take it like once a month for real. You know, you don't want to overdo it, okay? And then if your like pH is a little bit thrown off, I would use boric acid too. Like, it's really, really good for that. But like I said, don't be popping it like a pill. It's just for like a little snapback, you know? And it says supports odor control, promotes vaginal balance. So it gets it together, okay? And then if you're having like yeast, this also helps get it together, okay? Because yeast is normal. We know this. So if you're a sweater, don't be ashamed, okay? I do yoga, I do Pilates, I sweat, okay? I sweat almost everywhere when I'm in those, when I'm doing that. But I just don't want my sweat to smell funky. So this, we live by it, okay? Before Ari, I love Ari down, girl. But before she even came out with it, we've been using chlorophyll, okay? Chlorophyll is just one of them gals. You have to have her, okay? It's just kind of like a body inside deodorant, you know? It deodorizes the inside of your body. It just gets everything together, and it's also good for gut health. As within, so without. So I just want to make sure everything that's going on inside my body, it just smells good, okay? No matter what way it's coming out, this will have you smelling like nothing, okay? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So I highly recommend this. Don't be ashamed to sweat, okay? Just make sure that if you're sweating, at least it smells good, okay? At least you can't smell me, okay? At least I don't smell funky. So I definitely 10 out of 10, highly recommend. And it don't even have to be this brand. I use the Double Wood. I usually get it from Amazon, but it doesn't have to be this brand. Whatever chlorophyll brand you want to get, whatever brand you want to get in general, get it, okay? Just make sure that you take care of the inside, because anything else, you're just masking it up, okay? We don't want to mask. We want to take care of everything, make sure everything on the inside smells just as good as the outside. Clock that. It's moments that I know like girls, or it even probably happened to me before, where I thought I smelled good, okay? And then it was just like, once you start doing that hot yoga and all of that starts happening, it's just like the real comes out, okay? And we don't want that. I do not want that. You know how embarrassing that is when everybody's trying to find the musty person? That's so embarrassing. So I just try to like just make sure everything inside is good, as within, so without. So the next thing, this tip right here, oh baby, it's gonna get you together, okay? Thank you to my 304 girlies for your services. It was, listen, I can't be mad at it. I love y'all real bad, okay? Witch hazel, get you some. I promise you it's gonna change your life, okay? One thing about me, clearly we sweat, like we were just talking about, we sweat. So every time I get out the shower, this is coming on, okay? I put this on a pad, the underarms, okay? The crevices. I don't really got no titties, so I don't really have to do under the titties, but the titties, okay? It's crack. Make sure you spread it, and make sure you wipe, not with the same pads, okay? Change the cotton pads out, but spread them cheeks, open it up, okay? Between your crevices by your vagina, okay? Not inside your vagina, sister. But like on the sides, okay? All your hot spots, okay? Everywhere that you sweat that's like closed and captured, or like any creases, make sure you get it, okay? Use this, so good. But the one tip that they don't really be telling you about, make sure that you air it out, okay? You don't want to have trapped bacteria. You don't want it to be moisture bacteria, okay? Moisture bacteria. We just want to get make it air out or fan it, something. Just make sure that before you wrap it on up, it's dry in those areas. Life-changing, okay? Even like behind your ears, in the belly button hole. Yes, the belly button do be stinking, okay? So make sure that you clean in there too. Like, take your time, do it right, okay? I love me some witch hazel, okay? We all sweat. Make sure that sweat smells Good. Extra tip is to put it on your wipes. Put a little bit on your wipes. Me, I always carry wipes everywhere that I go. We ain't getting to that yet, but I do put a little bit of witch hazel in it. Not too much, but I do put a little bit of witch hazel in it and just create my own concoction. They do have like wipes that already has witch hazel, but I just be getting the wipes with water. We're gonna talk about that later. So let's get into the showering part, okay? One of the most important things is to exfoliate, okay? Take off all that dead skin. You just need to exfoliate your body. Your skin will feel smoother. And the funk comes from buildup. So we need to get everything, all that dead that's on our skin, we got to get it off, okay? Because it's not gonna happen. It's not good. So I live by a freaking dry brush, okay? I love to do me a dry brush, especially when it's like my everyday, when I just take care of everything. I forgot what they call it. They call it a everything shower? I think so. Yeah. I just make sure I do this all the time. I love my dry brush. I love her down. Okay. But not only this, I make sure I go in my African net and I make sure I scrub, get my back. Yo, I be in there. Okay. I don't play. It's just like a step 2 of an exfoliant. I love her down. I just feel like so much more cleaner. I feel like a lot of the rags, it's good. It's always good to use a rag if you can't get an African net, you know, but I feel like you can always get it. It's on Amazon. But if you can't get it, I just feel like the rags is good. The only thing for me is some of the rags is soft. Okay, you need that Walmart type of rag. Okay, the one with the nitty gritty on it where you can really scrub your skin. Some of these rags, it don't be having the nitty gritty on it. So it's kind of like you're just like rubbing in your dirt. Okay, it's not really fully coming off. So I just make sure I exfoliate with everything. Okay, I love my dry brush down, and then with the African neck sponge, that combo right there alone, oh baby, the skin is gonna be butter. Okay, it's gonna be soft. I absolutely love it, and I always get a compliment on how smooth my skin is. It's just one of them compliments that's just like, yeah, it took a lot of work. Okay, it hurts sometimes. The dry brush, it do be hurting. But it's worth it. It's so good, especially to remove dead skin, dead cells, give it that new fresh layer that we need. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys my whole process. Me, before I get into the bathroom, I make sure that I exfoliate. Okay, I'm sitting down, most likely just scrubbing. Okay, scrubbing like I'm getting in there before I get into the shower. So then I put on my robe, I go to the shower. Sometimes I really don't want to like bathe in like hot water because I just feel like it strips your skin. Well, I don't feel like it does strip your skin, so I try to have like, you know, not too hot, not too cold, just right, you know? Then I lather up my African net with my dial, my gold dial. I love an antibacterial soap, okay? It just does what it needs to do. It takes up all the bacteria, all the dirt. It's just really good for cleansing the body. So I always make sure I double cleanse, just like I do my face. It just makes me feel super squeaky clean. Like when I use my dial, I feel just so fresh and clean. It just gives me that good, like, I just know I'm clean when I use this. If I don't use this, I either use this or the Dove bar soap. Anything else I don't really use, but tea. Okay, all the bitches use this. Then after that, I go in with my Natorm, the Glow Getter multi-oil body wash. I love her down, okay? Because I just took off so many bacteria, you know, it's gonna kind of not strip the skin, but it's gonna be very like dry after you use your cleansing bar. So I make sure that I go in with something that's like a moisturizing, because one thing about me, I love to be moisturized. I feel like we're gonna talk about that, but I use the Glow Getter body wash. I love this. I love the scent. I lather this on, do my double cleanse, get in there, okay, with, yeah, you get in there with that African net sponge and you'll feel so good. This kind of like brings the moisture back to the body, which I love, like, yeah. Or if I don't use that, I use my Dr. Bronner's. I've been using this since a child. Like, people be like, oh my gosh, how do you use that? It burns my skin. Not me, okay? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? I love this because this is one of them soaps that is not really chemically filled. So I love to have this. I always have one of, this is practically done. You know, I go in between. So like whatever I'm feeling that day is what I'm going to do. If I don't feel like using my Glow Getter, I'll just use this. Okay. I could even use this on my Kit Kat. Like, that's how good this is. Like, I trust it enough to go in my Kit Kat, and my pH balance down there is never thrown off by it. And you know, the pH is sensitive. Okay. We move wrong, like I said, and it's thrown all the way off. So I love me some Dr. Bronner's. So if you guys could get this instead, Literally, this is all you need. One thing that I live by, especially in my everything shower, like when I'm doing everything, I need this. Okay, she is a non-negotiable. The shower oil. Okay, like I said, I love to keep moisture in my skin. I have to. It's just something. I'm black, okay? My skin don't crack. It's not about to start now. And this is like after I do everything, I use this to just lock in that moisture, okay? Even when I use this, sometimes I don't even have to like moisturize when I get out the shower. So like if I'm like running on a like little quick errand, or I'm like in a hurry, I'll use this if I know that I'm not gonna be able to lotion my skin or like put any oils on. This, she just is so good. This is like my 4th bottle. Like she's freaking amazing, okay? She smells amazing. She just smells so good. I love her. Okay, this is the, I'm not gonna say it because I don't know. You see the bottle. You see the bottle. It's just so L'Occitane. So I feel like this next step is like one of my favorite steps, because I feel like this is actually when I romanticize everything. I romanticize everything in my life. I feel like who wouldn't, you know? But I love this part of the process, is putting on my oils. I need some new oils. These are almost all done because I do combos, okay? I don't play when it comes to moisturizing my skin. I always want to have that youthful, radiant skin that just feels good. It's just moisturized. Like, they don't know that's the secret, okay? Well, one of the secrets, because black don't crack in general, but we always have to lotion because we're always getting ashy. So because of that, our black definitely doesn't crack, okay? We have to use oils. I love oils down, okay? This is the part that I just wait for, especially when I'm coming out the showers. Like, this is my jam. What? Like me, I get out the shower, I just have this lamp on, I turn off my lights, and I just put on some music. And when I tell you guys, I'm sensually like putting on these oils, like I feel like I just look in the mirror while I'm naked, this is kind of TMI, but I feel like every woman should do this, where they're just looking in the mirror, putting in their oils, just romanticizing themselves, and just like, I am that girl, like, you know, it just boosts your confidence, and it just feels good when you're putting like oils to just make sure your skin is just moisturized. Like, I'm just a girl, okay? But I use, okay, so my first one, I use this sometimes, especially like when I'm going outside. I use the Cocoa Radiant. We know her, okay? All the black girls, the Vaseline, one of them girls, okay? Vaseline will always be that girl. Like, that's the original OG, yeah. And then I have this my mom gave to me. It's like this miracle oil, smells so good. It says Quantum Imprinted God Healing Oil. Love her down. Then I use this Aveeno. If you know, you know, okay? The Aveeno Daily Moisturizers, I definitely have to re-up. I can't live without her. This is my main oil, but I usually love to like mix it. I even use bio oil, but it's on my little dresser over there. But I do use bio oil because girls use it when they're pregnant. So I'm just like, ooh, let's add this into this concoction. I also make sure that I always have a hand oil on. I just feel like as a girl, like, your hands shows aging faster, so I just make sure that I have an oil on me to just, yeah, make sure that it's moisturized all the time. I love the EOS, okay? This is one of them ones that you just can't even deny it, okay? I love the purple one, but I also love the Strawberry Dream. It just smells like a whole bunch of strawberries just crushed up together. It just makes me, I'm a gourmand girl, okay? I just can't help it. I love to smell edible. My second bottle, and she's just so good to me, okay? We have to spend more time together. Literally, Kiki's voice. I am obsessed with this. While we're in the midst of me being a gourmand girl, where I love to smell edible, I am a person where I want my scent to follow me wherever I go. I want it to follow me like a shadow, okay? So I don't make the rules, but you have to prime your perfumes. Right now, I have on Burberry oil, where I just put it, you know, especially in the points where I'm gonna make sure it smells good. I always have to have like a gourmand oil. And then after that, that's when you put in your perfumes. That's when you spray on your perfume. It sticks. This is how your scent stays on all day. You have to put on a primer, just like how you would do your makeup, anything, you have to put on the primer. Even like the oils that I just used, even if I put like some sprays on that, it's gonna stick, okay? You have to prime with oil. That is like the secret. I don't make the rules, child. Okay, I just tell you them. I love oils that just smells coconutty, very like delicious, you know, coconut flakes, cake batter, anything that I can use as an oil. And then that's when you spray your perfume. It's just game changing. Okay, if you want your scent to follow you like a shadow, you're gonna prime your perfumes. Okay, make sure that you use an oil before you use your perfumes. I don't make the rules, just follow them. That was such a game changer for me. So yeah, that is how you smell good all day. Okay, that's how your perfumes actually last. This is gonna get a little TMI, but first we're gonna start off with the wipes. I always have a set of wipes on me. Okay, I do not have scented wipes because we just don't do scented over here. Okay, I make sure that it's 99% water. We don't have bidets. Okay, we don't have no booty cleaner. We don't have none of that. So I have to make sure I have wipes because the tissue ain't gonna cut it. I feel like every time I just use a tissue, I just have like dookie in my booty. Like that's just, and I know it's TMI, but that's literally how I just feel. So I won't feel comfortable if I don't have wipes on me. So I feel like this is one of the biggest things. But also with that, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, where it's just like when you're cleaning, and of course you're going to clean from front to back, but I feel like when you're cleaning, people don't talk about how you have to actually like go in the rooms of the hole. Like you actually have to get in there because that's actually what it's coming out of. Like you're just not going to just spread your cheeks and just clean in between that. Of course you're going to do that too, but you have to get around the rims. Okay, you have to make sure you get that part because that's actually the part where most of the particles is gonna stay. So I make sure I have something that's comfortable that I can use, that I can actually put up there and just clean the rims. I mean, like it's just I don't want to walk around with no booty dookie. Okay, so I always have wipes. As a female, we have to have wipes. One thing that I don't do is I don't use scented wipes. I don't use scented pads. I don't use scented everything because we know, well, not we know, but everything can throw off your pH balance. Like I don't want none of that scented stuff. Like it's okay. I'm good off of that. Okay, I smell good anyways without it. Okay, so I don't use nothing scented at all. Okay, I don't even use freaking too much of a scented body wash. Okay, I'm very like particular. My pH balance will be thrown off. So we really have to just make sure that we carry some wipes around because them tissues, them dry tissues, especially like when you're in public. First of all, I would not recommend using public tissue, but if you have to, child, just pray. So speaking of like pads and all that stuff, I like to actually free bleed. I don't know if a lot of people do that now. I really don't really hear it often, but I do like to free bleed. I actually love to just make my cooter just do its own thing. So like, even if I'm not free bleeding, I always have to wear cotton panties. I want her to be okay down there, okay? I feel like a lot of us take for granted like having our periods. It's a beautiful thing. Like the woman's body is a beautiful, amazing thing. And I just let her do what she wants down there because ultimately, like, this is connected to my womb. I don't want to get into all of that, but it's just, I like to take care of her down there. Okay, so make sure, like, even if you're like going to sleep, just don't sleep with any panties. Like, make her do her own thing. So yeah, I'm not saying you have to free bleed, but just like, you know, just make her air out here and there. But if I'm going outside and I'm wearing panties, it's gonna be cotton. Okay, cotton is the most breathable panties. It's just good for her down there. Okay, one thing about me, I don't play with my kitty cat. Okay, this is my temple. Okay, it's the air, it's the pathway to heaven. So I just make sure that she's good down there. Okay, I love having my period. I don't like the pain, but I love the beauty that comes with it. So I just make sure she's always good. Like, this is my baby. Okay. TMI, but we have to, like, being a woman is just so freaking beautiful. Wouldn't give it up. So the next thing is my deodorant, and I kind of don't want to show this because it's $20 for this deodorant, but when I tell you guys, it's so freaking worth it. Like, I love this deodorant down. Like, it's aluminum free, it has mandelic acid, so it kind of lightens up the underarms. It not even kind of, it does lighten up the underarms, like literally. And I'm just obsessed. Okay, aluminum free, are you serious right now? And most of all, my favorite part about it, it doesn't have white stain because it's a roll on. Yeah, I just had to do it. The first one that I got was brown, but this one is the green one, and it's the cycler. love her down. Okay, like I live by this. I recommend it to anybody, everybody, especially if you have dark underarms. I'm about to show y'all my underarms just so, like, you know, as a dark skin girl, of course my underarms are gonna be a little bit off, but I'm trying to get it to a place where it's just like blendable, like unclockable. Okay, so now it helped me so much. My underarms aren't really dark, you know, like it's doing exactly what I paid it to do. And I'm just obsessed. Okay, I usually get the brown one, like I said, because it's more of a vanilla type of gourmand scent, and we all know I'm in that. That's on me. But they didn't have that one because it's sold out. So I got this in green, and it also smells amazing. Before that, I was using my Donna Karan Cashmere Mist. This is also the GOAT. Amazing. Okay, I do have like the perfume set, so even when I'm wearing that perfume set, yeah, I'm gonna wear this. Okay, she just smells good, very powdery, very sweet. I just love a good deodorant. So that is it for this video. I had to bring this video back because when I tell you guys, smelling phenomenal, it's a full-time job. Okay, you have to just have the right product, the right method. Like, it's just one of my favorite things to talk about. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope you guys got some tips from here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.